Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So in this video we're going to go over how to obtain the second Adamantine weapon, as well as how to upgrade it just like before. Now if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it. Also, I do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So in terms of the quest itself, you do need to actually have crafted the first one and upgraded the first Adamantine weapon. And I do have a video which I'll put a link below as to how to upgrade that first weapon. Now I don't have a video about how to obtain the first weapon, but basically all you need to know in general is to go up to the Tower of Stars where the boss was, King Parsifal, I guess? I can't even remember anymore. And there's a robot that belongs to Kronos. And there you will get the first Geo lockbox. And then afterwards you do very much the same thing as we're doing here, where we're going to bury it in old time zone and go farther off into the same area, which is the last island, and reobtain it. Anyways, in this particular quest, you can see that we went to Deidre's room, which is Paladin Deidre's room, in the parallel time world of Miglin's castle. And then you can see that we just buried it and retrieved it in Last Island. Now at this point, we have to go to Zion, and there's a scientist, the same one we went to the very first time. And later on in this video, I'll actually show you exactly which building to go to. But when you warp in through the map, just go up and right, and it's kind of like one of the domed buildings. So last time, I guess he upgraded, but he used all his powers in order to do so. So you can clearly see he's pretty tired, and he's all done with that. Now, let me know in the comments below how you guys have been doing with this particular quest, if you've already gotten your weapon, or actually, which weapon would you go with? So there are different theories as to which weapon you should both purchase as well as upgrade. So if you're wondering, my first Adamantine weapon was the katana, only because there are an assortment of katana users, and I also went with the type attack increase. So not the raw power one, not the physical attributes, but the special attributes of the weapon. And the reason for that is when you're doing a lot of AF moves and special moves, a lot of the damage comes not really from the raw power of the move, but more so the type attack. So if you think about the type attack, which in this case I believe is 25% upgraded, it's essentially like an extra grasted there for free, and that's before additional modifiers on your character. So I went with the katana first, and I went, and you'll see later what I chose. Although there are different theories as to the pluses and minuses of each particular weapon. So we're going to go with the sword here. I think the other popular one is the bow. And the reason why people would go for the bow is there aren't many bow users, but then again, there aren't many high-end endgame bow weapons as well. You also have to consider that if you have a favorite character and you know that there is a manifest weapon coming, you might not go specifically for that particular type of weapon. In my case, I went with sword only because first of all, I do have a lot of sword users, and with the advent of having slash zone, swords and katanas are always going to be put to very, very good use. I mean, I could have gone with the axe as well, I guess. That being said, I do see the merits of going for the bow. I don't think the fists are as useful, and certainly the staff I don't think is very useful. I don't even think you can get the staff actually. So if you've been following along, you have to travel after the interaction with that scientist. He kind of gives you a hint as to where to go, as well as what to kind of grab. And so you do have to go all different taverns all over the world to kind of see which one you should interact with. And if you noticed with the tavern owner, he had a white exclamation mark. That gives you an indication as to what you can do with it. Now, I don't remember if in the previous version when I was doing the first weapon, I don't know if there were exclamation marks. I want to actually say no, there weren't, and it made it a lot harder as to where to kind of put the geometal to kind of mature it, and so on and so forth. Now in this case, we've met a young lady, and remember that the scientist is stimulated by extremely potent and powerful either foods or drinks. So I think the last time he had some sort of ukulele punch, I believe, which is the drink that Lord Ukulele, that mini dragon, likes, and that was from the lake. And some, I think it was the other one was some sort of nut that we had that was a kind of a crunchy nut. So in this case, we have the milk, and so the lady gives us some hints as to what we can do with it. Note that if we leave it out too long, it's going to change, and so that kind of gives you a hint that we might have to use the same trick, burying it in one era and then retrieving it in another era. Keep in mind that he also mentioned a monster in the Nadero volcano area, which we believe to be your Lord Ukulele, just like before. So we can try different methods of retrieving and aging this particular drink in order to create either a drink or a piece of food. So first of all, we're going to go with the food first. So you notice that I am in Sarupa at the same statue as before, and we're going to bury it nice and easy. And like I said, there is a white exclamation mark. If you do press it, it tells you that you should wait longer. So we're going to warp all the way down to last island, see the second exclamation mark, and retrieve the milk to see what it has become. I can't imagine eating something like this. I mean, if it's been aged for so long, is it even edible? I would imagine it's actually quite poisonous. But then again, different types of aged cheese actually can, last a fair bit of time, and especially if it's hardened and kind of protected itself, or maybe they wrapped it properly, who knows? Now, either way, we're going to bring it back to the Gamma District, to the former scientists, and see what's up. Now, the good thing about this particular step is that at this point, he'll ask you, are you sure or not sure? And so you have to decide at this point which way you're going to go. So let's see what this piece of cheese does, either raw power or type attack. Okay, so he's going to confirm this. And then when it says unique properties, that does mean it's going to go with the specialized type attack increased, the bonus abilities. And so if you don't want to go with the upgrade, press no, and you can convert this cheese, I guess, into the drink that we want. Okay, so we're going to wander off, and we're going to explore the other options. So you can see we're in the Vasu Mountains, and we're going to talk to the mini dragon, Lord Ukulele. And we do have that piece of cheese with us, being that we did not give it to the former scientist. So again, just like the first Adamantium quest, you are allowed to change your choice once you've kind of created either the food or the drink. And depending on what you want to go, you can, in this case, we can trade or not trade. So we're going to trade just to show you what it's like if you decide not to go directly for the type attack aged cheese in order to upgrade the weapon. So we trade it in, and we get some grape juice. Now, bear in mind, this grape juice hasn't been upgraded yet or aged, because I guess we need to ferment it for many, many years, just so the former scientists can really get a kick out of it. And if you see, he's flown off, and the way that Aldo talks to himself, it actually does give us a hint as to what we should be doing. So, same thing, we're going to travel to Sarupa here at this point. And we're going to bury it in the same statue as we did. And so, again, there will be a white exclamation mark to help you along. Now, if you're worried about Lord Ukulele disappearing forever, if you warp back to that area, he will reappear. And you'll see why that is important later on in this particular quest. So, instead of burying the milk, we're going to bury the juice. Of course, after a number of years, the juice got to be turning to wine, right? Okay, so last island, same idea. Hopefully this video does make it easier for you to, discover how to create and upgrade that second adamantium weapon. Okay, so we're all wondering what it became. And it's just called the same thing, aged grape juice. So I guess maybe legally they can't call it an alcoholic drink, because otherwise it wouldn't be kid-friendly, right? So it is very special. And we're going to take it back to the scientist and see what he says. So again, I'm going to just show you the second option. Like I said before, I am going with the type attack. So I will summarize that at the end of this video. I will actually convert it back, and I'll show you that as well. So if you do upgrade it this way with the juice, the raw power goes up tremendously, and so it'll be one of the most powerful raw stats weapons for each weapon type you choose. If you noticed earlier in the video, note that also by choosing this particular weapon, don't choose 2 of the same adamantium weapon. That would be a waste because you really need to unlock as many different types in order to get gold badges like I did with the 50 different swords. So if you've messed up at this point, what do you want to do? Well, all you have to do is you just talk to Lord Ukulele and trade your aged juice for the aged cheese, and there you have it. He's taken off, but we've gotten what we wanted. So I haven't tried it the other way where I guess I went with the juice first, but you can clearly see either way you can get what you want. So I'm going to go with the upgrade, and let's see what goes on. Now at this point, if any of you are doing the raw power, I'm just curious how the interaction will change, because obviously I won't be able to see the interaction between the scientist as to the work he's doing in order to upgrade. So again, if you have done that, make sure you leave a comment below just summarizing what happens. At this point, it looks like the cheese isn't quite powerful enough to stimulate his I guess scientific mind in order to upgrade this weapon. But don't worry, we're going to be saved by someone who you're not expecting. Bam! Look at the wife, beating some sense into him and whipping him into shape. Well, that sounds about right. See? He's a lazy butt, and she's probably been working all day, and she wants him to get off his butt and get it all done. I can totally understand that. Actually, I'm very thankful that my wife actually lets me play Eden, and without her support, there would be no channel. So make sure you keep that in mind, and maybe put a word of thanks on this video as well. Alright, so the scientist has come out after getting the beat down from his own wife, and we're going to retrieve and get the weapon, hopefully. Okay, so we fade into black. After some time, okay, the guy comes out, and it's done. So I'm looking forward to trying out this weapon. Seeing that I chose the sword, I'm going to put it on radius. Now, bear in mind that I'm sure most characters eventually get a manifest weapon, but hey, I can use this with my slash stone, and it'll be cool to try out. So watch for that in the future against some of the bosses or other enemies as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.